Howdy again, this is tubalcain with the answer for what is it, number 9B. Now if you haven't seen the question, that would be 9A. Now this was the tool in question, and I had a big response on this and a lot of answers and many correct answers and many humorous or incorrect answers. Somebody called it a boot jack for little people, and some people called it a tuning fork. Well, this is a tuning fork. This won't do much. And by gosh, it does ring. I don't know if you can hear that or over the TV, but it is not a drill gauge, but could be used as a drill gauge. This is a drill gauge, and I don't know why you would want to use this. To me, this would be more accurate for drills. Pac-Man's teeth, spaghetti gauge, and many other good ones. But the answer is that it is a wire gauge. Now, I did not know that for sure. I knew it was some kind of gauge for, well, I thought it could be for flat stock or for round stock, but it is for round. You wouldn't use this to check the thickness of flat stock. But what surprised me, and somebody gave me the answer, they said that this KS and W stands for Keystone Steel and Wire Company, and I should have known that because I live only 60 miles from Peoria, and I have heard of the Keystone Steel and Wire Company thousands of times, and it is still there and in operation, and they made fencing and all kinds of other wire over the last 100 or more years. So this apparently was used in that factory, and that would be the manufacturer of the gauge. Someone probably carried this on the line, and they had center punched a mark here, so that must have been the common size that they were checking on that line, or that man was responsible for. So this is a wire gauge. Now there are many different kinds of wire gauges. There's I believe the AWG is the American wire gauge for electrical wire. This is American Standard Wire Gauge, and that might be the same as this. I haven't bothered to check it that closely, but there's other gauges you'll see in the Starrett catalog or Brown and Sharp catalog. This is the United States Standard Gauge for sheet metal, and there's one for piano wire or music wire, and there's different ones for ferrous metals, and there's a Stubbs gauge, and it's almost baffling the number of gauges that are available. This is a 3/8 drill bit, but pretending that it's a piece of wire, and it would just be used like this. And you can see that it fits right in there at the 3/8 mark, but most often they would be interested in the gauge number, which is on the back side. I remember when I worked at a hardware store as a kid, a number 9 wire, number 9 gauge wire, which would be way down here, was a very standard one that we sold a lot of, and people used it for fencing and just general purposes around the yard and the farm, and it was sold by the pound. Came in a big coil. Probably was made at Keystone Steel and Wire. Came in galvanized and black iron. Usually galvanized if it was going to be used out of doors. So that's it. That's the end of this one, and it is a wire gauge.